the last one we're going to talk about is the Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. It looks like we're getting a closer look into what we saw from, I think, the first and second trailer from Justice League. Some of those missing parts that weren't in the original Justice League movie. But, I mean, it looks different, but what do you think of it?
I think the Snyder Cut is exactly what we saw in this trailer. Those scenes specifically will be added, and that is it. That's it.
You know, I agree. I mean, this is not really going to make this movie any better. Do people forget how they hated Batman versus Superman?
Right.
Do they really forget that? Because I remember specifically that being one of the most trashed movies ever because it had so much hype. And for anybody who doesn't know, I hate Justice League. I think it's worse than Batman versus Superman. It is terrible. One of the worst superhero movies that I've ever seen. But for this movie, it might make it just a tiny bit better, but not much. I don't know why people are excited about this Darkseid because he looks very cartoonish. I mean, he almost looks terrible. What do you think? Yeah,
it looks unfinished. This looks like video gameplay, not the cutscene, but when the villain walks out and then you press X to continue. Like, that's what that looks like.
Yes, it looks terrible. And they want this to be compared to Thanos? No, this looks terrible. I hope they finish that.
I think we'll get the Snyder Cut, and people are going to say, well, that's the Snyder Cut they wanted us to see. But there's an actual director's cut of the Snyder Cut that was unfinished, that has all these plot points that connect that we're not ready for.
No. I think that people like to convince themselves that something is better than it is. Now, I think that we will get some more answers from what we saw in Batman versus Superman. Maybe we'll see that whole nightmare scene, a little bit of that being played out, but
maybe they'll just cut it out. What do they just cut scenes? People complained about.
I don't know. I mean, people have been asking for this since the first one came out, and I mean, they're getting what they asked for, and I don't know if they're ready for it.
I don't think they are.
I mean, does this change how the Flash runs? Because he still looks stupid.
No. Things that are fundamentally wrong with this film are still wrong.
Yeah, and I guess people just don't get that. I mean, they trash Joss Whedon for, changing some stuff up, but I mean, he was trying to fix what was probably already broken.
Right.
I just wonder if some of these actors came back to redo some of these scenes.
I think we're going to see a lot more CGI.
Just a big CGI mess.
We'll see how much it makes being on HBO Max. Not sure how that'll affect or how much they want to make off of this. Is anything a profit? I wonder how much they put back into this film to give this cut.
Yeah, probably not much. I mean, Darkseid looks terrible. I mean, if that is the original cut, that's more of an insult. Why do you keep insulting me? Because it looks terrible. Yeah, people are losing their minds over this, and I just don't see why. I guess, the characters coming together, because I think that was one of your points, seeing these characters come to real life after watching them.
That was nice.
I guess. But when the build-up is just so bad, it just feels empty and unearned.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to get anything much better. Not in the near future, so.
No, this is not going to be good. But any other thoughts about it?
No, I think the Snyder Cut will be just those trailers added into the film that we all saw, maybe with a different filter on the last few scenes, and that'll be it. We can stop talking about the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I just wonder how long this thing is going to be. Is it going to be like 3-4 hours?
I think it might be an extra 10 minutes. Because if they're smart, they'll cut out some of the things that don't make sense.
Thanks for watching. And if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.